This episode is brought to you in part by Letterboxd. Right now, listeners of our show have the chance to win a free 1-year pro account upgrade or extension on Letterboxd. What is Letterboxd, you say? Letterboxd is a social network for film lovers that lets you track, rate, and review the films you watch, follow other members to get recommendations, publish lists of films, and plenty more. Letterboxd is free to use. Doesn't cost money, doesn't even cost love, doesn't cost friendship, and it doesn't cost dignity. In fact, you gain dignity by using Letterboxd. But a pro account provides additional features such as a customized summary of your past year's viewing. To enter this contest, which we, the HooperCast, can provide you with a free 1-year upgrade, pro upgrade, or extension on Letterboxd, then you need to email us at hoopercast@gmail.com with the code word in the subject line and your Letterboxd information contained in the email. People are getting confused, just saying, hey, it's Ricky. I want Letterboxd, yo. So give me that shit, man. And then they send me that. And I'm like, Ricky, thanks for listening, but I can't help you because I don't know who you are except Ricky. And that could be an alias. You could be a criminal. The code word, by the way, for April, we read out the winners at the end of each month. The code word for April is Doomsday. So yeah, email hoopercast@gmail.com. Type in the code word Doomsday and your information for a chance to win a free Letterboxd Pro account, upgrade or extension. 12 years, Pro account, Letterboxd free. Letterboxd.com, that's Lettbroxd.com. Hi everybody, welcome to episode 121 of the HooperCast. Hello Dustin.
Hello Hooper.
You're waving all down there. Your waving hands. And your whispering eye. What is that from, whispering eye?
That sounds so familiar. I'm not sure.
Okay, we already have to Google something.
We already have to break the show.
The whispering eye was like an innuendo, or it was meant to be an innuendo, like with my whispering eye.
Yes.
Damn it. All right, whatever.
I know there's a lot of stuff I'd like to say.
Whispering eye.
So if you get a chance, give me a call back, and we can see each other. I'd love to see you.
And our whispering eye.
And your whispering eye. All right. Bye. Whispering eye.
It means vagina. It means vagina.
Classy move, man.
It means vagina.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're here on video because we just felt like it. And that's how we do things now. We do the podcast when we want, and we do video when we want.
Yeah,
Today we
it's
felt
our prerogative.
Yeah. It's my prerogative. That's a song, too.
Yeah.
I'm just creating so much more work for myself.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's the way that I wanna live. It's my prerogative. I can do just what I feel. It's my prerogative. No one can tell me what to do. It's my prerogative.
So,
I'm trying to resist the urge to look at you because you're down here.
It's very difficult to,
I'm just trying to catch you with my peripheral vision.
I know. It's a lost cause, trust me.
I guess I could hold you and be like,
you could hold me.
Hi, Hooper.
I'd be okay.
No,
with that.
I don't want to hold you. Gross. That's gross. Stop it with your dirty mind.
It's sweet. No, I meant like in friendship.
Oh, okay. I have the dirty mind.
Yeah, Dustin. Although, that's okay if you want.
No, I don't want. I started to wonder why you got so quiet, and so I had to look down at you to make sure you weren't dead. Like the thought of being held and embraced was too much for your feeble heart.
Oh no, it's so beautiful. Oh. All right. Anyway, so we're coming at you this week with some trailer talk because there's a lot of them out that came out like in the past week. Yeah. So let's get right to it.
Let's do it.
Why don't we start with Fantastic Beasts and where to find them?
All right.
You're an interesting man, Mr. Scamander. Just like your suitcase.
I think you were the one, you have a lot more inherent interest in this movie than I do.
I do.
But I must admit, I saw this trailer and my interest really jumped up. Yeah, went way up. I've sort of not had it with Eddie Redmayne lately. I just watched The Danish Girl, though. So every time I see him, I'm just kind of like, oh. He's wearing panties under that coat.
I don't think I've seen him in anything.
Well, he's a good actor. I mean, he just has strange features. He just has odd features.
Yeah, I didn't see The Danish Girl, and as far as what was the one he was in where he played Stephen Hawking? I wanted to see that, but I never got around to it.
Damn it. I don't remember what that's called.
It's something kind of like hokey or something, like the science of love.
The theory of everything.
The science of love sounds way better.
Science of love.
The science of love.
Yeah. Yeah, and apparently and that's all Les Mis. He's in that. I mean, he's a good actor.
Yeah.
So, what anything in particular strike you about this new trailer?
First of all, the name drop of Dumbledore I think is really interesting, and whether or not they've got Michael Gambon. I mean, this movie is so long ago, you can't really have Gambon play Dumbledore.
Yeah.
So unless they do some what they should do is do like some crazy mocap to bring Richard Harris back to life.
Oh man,
wouldn't that be like a mind bender?
Oh, that'd be insane.
But Harry.
That's what he sounded like. That's my
it is.
syllable.
He basically whispered everything.
Of Richard. I just said Whisper Harris.
Whisper Harris.
Yeah.
That's his new name.
He just sounds like he sounds like a window that's not shut.
Yes,
in the winter
he
time.
sounds like Voldemort when he was the Volda fetus is being carried by Wormtail.
Everyone will proceed to their dormitories immediately.
He's not dead.
Innocent until proven guilty.
Severance. 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 Severance.
Severance. Severance.
Yeah, no, the name drop of Dumbledore was cool.
Yeah.
And I thought a great way to kind of connect it for those who are a little less in the know of what this is. And then I thought everything, like all of the fighting stuff, all the action set pieces looked phenomenal. So all of the apparating and it is so cool. And
dude,
and
he jumps off that roof, and I was like, "Where's he going?" And then he just disappears. I was like, okay.
That's awesome. And then to see some bigger names jump in here too, like Colin Farrell. I think that's really cool and a great way to keep that franchise kind of feeling as A-listy as it is. Because if you went like super unknown with everything, I don't think it would feel like Potter anymore.
Well, and there just wouldn't be as much interest to people like me who are sort of on the fence about, do I want to invest in this? And then I got to tell you, like, I saw Colin Farrell. I'm a fan of Colin Farrell, and so I'm always just like, And then I saw a couple more people.
Right, exactly. So I feel like that's a good move. I like the fact that they're reusing and remixing the Hedwig theme. Now, whether that's going to be in the movie or not, I don't know. But at least for this trailer, I thought it was really effective at carrying, that feeling over from the Harry Potter franchise, which I think is super important because, which is why I think it's great that they have David Yates directing, because this movie takes place so far in the past that it's not really possible to have like a Harry Potter cameo. Like you can't call up Rupert Grint and be like, hey, come check this out. So the only real definitive way to do that, and like we were saying, even with Dumbledore, an older character, you pretty much have to recast to put him in the movie. So the idea is that the only real way to connect the two is gonna be to carry it over through like the visual style and the music. And so they seem to have nailed both of those things, and yeah, I'm super on board with it. I think initially sort of our discussions last time, Hooper, were more like, should this exist? Is there a story here to tell? And that remains to be seen, because this teaser trailer doesn't really tell you much about what the story is going to be. It just gives you a good idea of set pieces and style and tone. So I feel like we're still sort of in the dark about what this even is about, and especially if it's going to be a trilogy, the idea is, what is it? So I think there's still room to sell people on it or to lose people on it, honestly. But yeah, man, I'm super stoked for it, and I think it looks really fun. So what were your overall thoughts of the trailer, Hooper?
I agree. I thought it provided some really things I like to know. Like, what's it look like? What's it feel like? What's it gonna kind of give me a feeling of what I'm gonna experience in the theater? And I didn't really need to know much of the plot. It was enough for me to go, oh, okay,
Right.
So I'm more on board now, and I'm open to more.
Awesome. Yeah, man, I think it looks really cool, and I think having J.K. Rowling attached to it gives it credence, whereas if it had just been like, I don't know, some schmo wrote this for us because we want more cash.
Right.
So.
Yeah, it would, yeah.
So I'm on board.
Well, why don't we move ahead to, what was the other one? Let's talk about Star Wars Rogue One. Or Rogue One.
Yes.
A Star Wars story.
State your name for the record.
Jyn Erso.
Forgery of Imperial documents, possession of stolen property, aggravated assault, resisting arrest.
On your own from the age of 15. Reckless, aggressive, and undisciplined. This is a rebellion, isn't it? I rebel.
What did you think of this one? Because I was surprised with how, because before we were like, who cares,
Right.
And this one came out, and I was like, oh, it looks pretty legit. A lot of familiar. This one's a little bit closer to maybe the universe we're used to, because it takes place I would argue probably 5 years or so before it,
max,
maybe less.
Max 5 years, yeah.
I saw that chick, the Many Bothans died.
Many Bothans died to bring us this information.
And I was like, hey, it's her!
I know her, yeah. I don't know her name, but she's there.
Yeah,
man.
They searched. They must have searched the globe. Like, who looks just like that?
Yeah, exactly. And that's crazy, because for us to recognize a character who really isn't that distinctive visually is crazy. But yeah, man, I was kind of floored by the trailer, honestly. I'm not a huge Star Wars guy. I like Star Wars. But that trailer made me feel way more than any of the trailers for The Force Awakens ever did.
Right? Yeah.
I don't know why. Like, why do you think that is?
Maybe it's the first thing that feels like completely original. Because its structure is, again, The Force Awakens we talked about how structurally it was very much very similar to, and involved some of the original actors. And so this is the one that's going to stand pretty much on its own, with actors, characters we haven't met. I guess we know they succeed, but we don't know at what cost. We do. Many Bothans died.
Many Bothans died.
We know that lots of people are going to die, and maybe she'll die, maybe she won't. We don't know anything. So we know the outcome, but we don't know how they get there. And so there's enough dramatic interest for me to really, get time to get to know these characters. Got another female protagonist. Mm-hmm. I'm excited. I thought it was cool. They show that shot of the Death Star where it's like, oh wow, they're really building that thing, and it's huge. And they're just reminding you how massive it is.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, man, I feel like it has a lot to do with the visuals of it. The stormtroopers didn't really change much. And I love the way the new Stormtroopers look for The Force Awakens, but just seeing the old style Stormtroopers back on screen, seeing the Death Star and the Imperial Destroyer. I don't know if that's the right term for it. I don't know the terms for things. That sounds like a thing I've heard before. And seeing that kind of stuff come back, I think was really cool, because for me, the best part of this franchise is those 3 movies, those 3 original films. And even though I do like The Force Awakens, I still think it's lesser than the original trilogy. So seeing something that harkens so heavily back to that original trilogy, I think is really cool. Both visually and, just story-wise. And I think, I don't know how to describe this other than just like the polish of it. I feel like it feels less polished. Like it feels more like something that would have been made in the 70s and 80s, as opposed to something like The Force Awakens, which felt very slick and shiny.
Which J.J. Abrams doesn't really make rustic movies. They're always real polished.
That's a good word for it. Star Wars is rustic. It's essentially like a John Ford Western or an Akira Kurosawa movie in space. So it has that rusticy, like antiquity to it. So maybe that's what it is for me. Seeing that it feels less polished, I think it maybe does a good bit of that for me. I'm excited. Like I said, this was one where, sort of the way you were originally on Fantastic Beasts, I was on Rogue One. I thought this is going to be a cash grab. I don't need to know this story. And it's clearly, to me, just a way for them to market Darth Vader again. Like, how can we sell more Vader toys? We make a movie with Vader in it. And it's pretty clear from that teaser that Vader is going to play some role in it. At the end, I watched the last second of that trailer 800 times. And I'm pretty sure you can hear Vader's breathing. It's sort of like just an inhale. It's not that, not the exhale. It's the inhale of it. And then towards the end, at the end when over the logo, it plays the Force kind of theme, and then under it is this weird bassy, the Imperial March. So
what will you become?
It's pretty clear that Vader's going to be in this in some way. And so I thought originally, this is going to be stupid and they're just going to market the heck out of Darth Vader. But I thought this was super effective to more or less hint at him where you could miss those hints in the trailer. I think it's really smart and kind of tells me that they're not just relying on this as the Darth Vader movie. So maybe that sold me too. But yeah, I'm more excited for this than I ever was for The Force Awakens, which is crazy to me.
Yeah, it's legit.
Yep.
Yeah. No, I agree. I'm just like anything else. If I can afford to see it in theaters, I will. Right. But if not, I'll wait. But I mean, I would be excited to see it. I mean, I'm fine with all these. I'm fine with all of what Disney's doing with making. I think people were a little afraid if Star Wars was ubiquitous again, it would get muddied. But I mean, the freedom they're giving the right people these days, it's kind of cool to just be able to be living in a time where we're getting new Star Wars movies and new. Now, in 5 years, this might be old hat, and we might be getting sick of it. But right now, when this is the second one,
right?
In 15 years, then
it doesn't feel that big a deal.
15 years,
right?
By the time
and I am still wary of any of the future spinoffs, because I think they're still planning on that dumb idea, the Han Solo picture, which I really just don't think I'll be able to get behind. But I didn't think I'd get
That's
behind
ill-conceived.
Yeah.
I don't like them trading on the names of any of the existing characters any more than they have to. I mean, they've got episode 8 and 9 where they're allowed to do that, and then after that, it's like, because they're gonna make Han Solo. Then before, it's like, hey, where'd Chewbacca come from?
Right.
You know,
exactly. You're gonna get muddied down and all.
The Emperor. What about the Emperor's days as a young Sith?
And we didn't need to know that. If we did, it would have been shown to us. I know everything about Han Solo that I need to know. I wouldn't be against if you decided to write a novel or a comic book about it, but don't make a multi-million-dollar movie about it. Just not interesting to me. And same goes with Boba Fett. Boba Fett's probably the most overrated character in cinema history. I have no reason to ever look forward to a Boba Fett movie.
It's because he's such a blank slate. People are like, oh, he's mysterious. He's a badass. Like, no, he's mysterious because he's underwritten.
He's literally there to die.
Yeah.
He dies, y'all.
Do
you not really? What does he do? All he does is like haul Han Solo in. He's just a glorified UPS delivery man.
Here you go.
Yeah. Okay, here you go. I've got your package. Sign
here.
Yeah. That's it.
It's no good to me, delivered late. It's no good to me, stamped. I don't know. Let's talk about Doctor Strange.
Yes.
Doctor Strangelove.
Dr. Strangelove. How I learned to stop worrying and trust Kevin Feige.
How I learned to stop worrying and parallel universe.
Yes.
You're a man looking at the world through a keyhole. You've spent your life trying to widen it. Your work saved the lives of thousands. What if I told you that reality is one of many?
The feeling I got right off the bat, like visually, it reminded me of was Inception.
Yeah.
With, the city folding over and whatever, and then there's all these shots in the trailer, I guess, of like universes being created and like splitting apart.
Exactly.
Which was mind-bending to me. I was like,
It's really like almost like a city kaleidoscope.
Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah.
I was about to ask you what you thought of the trailer, but I know. It was visually, my mind was blown.
It's awesome. Literally, like almost everything about the trailer, I think works, and I don't have to see anything else from this movie.
Teach me.
I'll see it. I was going to anyway.
Exactly. That's the thing. Like, we're already on the track. They don't have to impress me with this trailer, but they did.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm real excited to see Benedict Cumberbatch, and they just have a lot of good actors in this movie. They got Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yep.
Chiwetel Ejiofor is in there for like a split second.
Yep.
They got bald Tilda Swinton in there.
Yeah.
And then they have
Rachel McAdams.
And then they had Benedict Cumberbatch's ghost.
Yes.
Did you notice, by the way, this podcast callback, did you think of Jackie Chan Adventures when he astral projects?
I did not, but I should have.
I'm thinking of the sheep talisman.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, man, dude, I was on board for this whole trailer. I'm not going to say that it's bad, but I'm going to say it was super jarring, though, to hear Benedict Cumberbatch speak in an American accent.
I know.
I can't say that it's bad. It's literally just one line that I heard.
It's fine. It's this thing. He does it well, but I'm always just like, but just be British.
Right, exactly. I didn't expect him to do an accent for the movie. So for me, like, I was listening to it and I'm like, oh, there he is. And I was like, whoa, he's doing like a house impression. Because that's what it sounded like to me. It sounded like all of his lines are going to be dubbed over by Hugh Laurie. But yeah, man. I was on board for the whole trailer. I thought it looked really cool, and I think that the more like magic-y, sorcery kind of thing is a super cool addition to the MCU. And I don't know why there haven't been more of these movies anyway. The only thing I can think of is like maybe Constantine, which I never even saw. that was sort of, in the realm of magic. But, all of this stuff has always been super cool to me. Doctor Strange, Dr. Fate over on the DC side. All of this stuff is so cool because it's like visually you can do anything. And now, what we can do with visual effects, it's just man, let's take full advantage of this. So yeah, I'm on board for sure. Yeah, and I think it's probably a shoe-in for best visual effects.
Oh my god.
So
yeah,
just saying.
Yeah, definitely excited for Doctor Strange.
Yep.
Let's talk about Suicide Squad.
Yeah, something we're less excited for. The one trailer out of all of this that makes us cringe.
I don't know what this was. Here's what's bothering me about Suicide Squad lately. Before we get into the trailer,
okay.
They're releasing all these stories like Jared Leto never broke character on the set of Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Or Jared Leto, or Margot Robbie tells how Jared Leto sent dead rats to all his co-stars, and the Warner Brothers had to hire an on-set therapist. And,
yeah.
And then I hear something like he sent used condoms and anal beads to people.
That's the story today.
So here's my problem with that. One, whenever there's stories about blah 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 never broke character, they're real serious about it, or he still thinks he's the Joker.
Yeah.
It just seems inauthentic to me, and it seems like they're basically going, they're looking at the final cut, going, this thing is a mess. We've got to get people to see it.
Spin.
Let's start putting stories out about how Jared Leto's crazy, and it's this transformative, creepy portrayal of the Joker.
Yeah.
Also, and before that, they had. After Dawn of Justice came out, and everyone was like, "Movie's depressing. It's super dour, and it's a big, negative bomb."
Yeah.
Warner Brothers pretty much. There was that story came out that was Warner Brothers ordered reshoots for Suicide Squad to make it more upbeat.
Yeah.
And to me, DC's problem is they're so reactive.
Well,
that they're like, "Oh, that one's too depressing. Crap, Suicide Squad's not really that." Upbeat either. Let's make it upbeat to please the masses, and then still not enough. Let's start putting out stories about how insane his performance is before the movie's even out. Which you notice, good movies don't have to do that.
Right. So here's the issue. So first of all, just to address the reshoot thing, that was the initial story. Was that it came from Warner Brothers wanting to sort of add some optimism or whatever. But David Ayer actually, is it Ayer or Ayers? Ayers?
Ayer.
Ayer, okay. So David Ayer came out and said that actually was not the reason. Now this, again, could be a spin, spinning the story to suit whatever. But the way he put it was that essentially Warner Brothers came to him and said, look, we have to make this movie work. So what do we need to do to help you make it work? And he said, I could use tightening up on some action scenes. And they said, okay, do it. So he said basically all their tightening is the action. Again, also JJ said that Benedict Cumberbatch wasn't Khan, so I don't know what to believe anymore with marketing.
Yeah.
But that's sort of the story now, is that it's more of we really want this movie to work because of the critical reaction of Batman vs Superman, and it's not necessarily related to the we need more jokes or anything like that.
I stand corrected.
But again, who knows? And it could very well be we need more jokes, and then just tell everybody this, sort of like how Paramount mandated what Shia LaBeouf said about when Megan Fox was not in Transformers 3. It's just a thing. No, she pissed off Michael Bay. That was the reason. So, and Michael Bay is probably a little childish. That's the reason she's not on it. So the idea is that it was more action stuff. What bothers me about putting all of this out is two things. One is what you said, which is just, you shouldn't have to do this. You shouldn't have to sell me on the performance before the performance hits the theaters. The performance should sell me on the performance, not you, the marketing team. That's stupid. Second, if Jared Leto's idea of Joker being in character of the Joker is sending dead rats or used condoms. That is not the Joker to me.
Or beads for your butthole.
Yes. See, to me, the Joker is a few things. One, yes, he laughs probably at some really creepy, off-putting things.
Yeah.
But the Joker's very theatrical, and I don't...
He's a clown.
Yeah, I don't see him as like, I'm going to kill a bunch of animals and send them to people. Unless it's like, I'm going to make a bunch of animals smile and send them to people. That's different. Then the other thing is, first of all, I think the Joker is asexual. I don't think he's interested in Harley. I don't think he's interested in anything. I think he's just the Joker. So these other things that he's sending seems completely out of character to me. Not to mention a health concern and completely disgusting. And it makes me say, all right, Jared Leto, you're disgusting, and I really don't want to do anything ever about this with you ever. Because I think that's... I mean, at the end of the day, acting is a job. And there is no job on the face of this planet where you can send your coworker a used condom and be okay. That's not something to be celebrated. That's inappropriate. And frankly, I'd fire him. Like, if I were the producer. You're out. You can't do that, Jared.
And like, especially like those two last times, like all the sexual stuff, like it's not within the joke. Like, I would expect, like, you know,
if you're playing the Zodiac killer,
at the very worst, like a photoshopped picture of like your parents dead or something.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like something that's jokey, but like in and of itself, like, is not particularly harmful or it is, but basically a mental thing.
Right.
You know, or like something clownish, not like, ha, I'm a clown, here's some beads.
Yeah, if I'm the Joker and I'm living as the Joker or whatever, and I'm sending castmates things, I would like print out like fake newspaper headlines like Wayne's murdered and just write ha ha all over it. And then everyone gets the idea. You're the Joker. You're living as the Joker right now. I get it. That's also in character because he thinks it's funny that Bruce Wayne's parents got murdered.
Parents are dead.
That's fine. But this, just the sexuality of it, I think, is completely off-putting and makes me not want to see this movie at all.
No, it's gross. Let's talk about the trailer.
Okay, yes, sorry. That's a whole nother topic.
Yeah.
Method acting to me is ridiculous. And anyway, so the trailer.
This is the deal. You disobey me, you die. Try to escape, you die.
You got a boyfriend?
You irritate or vex me,
I'm known to be quite vexing. I'm just forewarning you.
you die.
If they get caught, we throw them under the bus.
The trailer to me isn't a bad trailer, and I certainly have more faith in David Ayer than I do in Zack Snyder to produce something that's watchable and entertaining. I'm still concerned that these characters aren't going to feel like the characters that I know, and that's what put me off so much about Batman vs Superman is I didn't feel like when I left I had seen a Batman movie or a Superman movie. So I feel like when I see Suicide Squad, they better nail the Joker, and they better nail Harley Quinn, and they better nail Deadshot and Killer Croc, and make me realize like these are the characters that I grew up with. And then the characters I discovered later, like Katana or, I don't know, whatever, Rick Flag, like you'll have to work a little harder on those because they don't have the inherent like nostalgia that the Joker has. But herein lies the problem. During this trailer, honestly, my hat's off to Margot Robbie. I think she's doing the best she can. But my problem is that Jared Leto does not seem like the Joker. Not visually, not in his performance. The laugh does not sound at all like a Joker laugh to me. Nothing about anything when Jared Leto is on the screen seems Jokerish to me. The tattoos are stupid. The neon hair is ridiculous. The bleached skin bothers me. And his wardrobe is completely out of character. He's not even once wearing a purple suit, which I know sounds like I'm nitpicking, but I'm not, because that's a visual staple of the character.
Dude, he reminds me more of like Jim Carrey's The Mask than he does the Joker. Like his grill disturbs me.
Yes.
His chrome grill, and he's driving a flashy purple Lamborghini.
Yeah, which
I don't feel like the Joker would drive.
No, I don't either. The Joker would drive.
He would drive like an old beat up clown.
Yeah,
car,
or like an ice cream truck or something. Like that's the Joker. It's like childish and creepy. Not a super expensive Lamborghini. I don't care. Anyway,
I never thought of the Joker as like, obviously he's like a criminal, but I never thought of him as like so flashy rich that he actually owns a very conspicuous vehicle.
Right. And that's the thing. Like there's a part like where the Joker's wearing a tux and like, you know, white gloves, and that's fine. The Joker's been drawn like that before in comics. But but you know, all of these things where he's wearing like a crocodile, like an alligator skin, black thing.
Isn't that offensive to Killer Croc, by the way? To wear
I don't know what they're doing with Killer Croc, if he's actually legit like part croc or crocodile, if he's just like a dude with a skin condition. I don't know. But yeah, man, it's just the whole thing. Anytime Jared Leto is on screen, I just cringed. And I would I challenge you guys. I don't know what episode it is, but there's an episode where the news broke of the HooperCast, where Jared Leto was a Joker, and Hooper and I were both like yes, and because on paper that sounds like such a good idea to contrast Ben Affleck's bulky, ridiculously grizzled Batman with this like, you know, buffoon, thin, like frail almost Jared Leto.
My thing was I felt like him being a musician, his vocal range would be a particularly good use to the Joker, and from what I can tell, he sounds just like Heath Ledger.
He hits one note. He's like, I'm gonna and then his laugh is which is more like a penguin laugh from the Adam West. So there's no vocal, there's no range. Like honestly, that's one of the brilliant things about Mark Hamill's Joker. Take everything else away, his range is what sells it. Because the range, in contrast with Kevin Conroy's Batman, it like if Conroy's Batman has range like this, Joker, like Mark Hamill's Joker has range that just like
surprise. You fell for the old sick Joker guy, Batman. Take my blood, for example.
I wish somebody would.
This stuff is killing me.
Why should I care?
Because now there's a teeny little bit of me in you too, Bats.
He gets great joy out of just the most sadistic, oddball things.
Imagine sucking down that last breath knowing that Gotham is doing the same.
What are you talking about?
Oh, didn't I say? I've spent weeks shipping samples of my blood to emergency rooms all over the city.
I mean, because it goes this deep, like, you know, sinister laugh. And he's like, "Hello, Batman," and then he can go way up there and go, "Hello," you know, and like just push it like way up into the falsetto.
I'm gonna have to find it and put it in this episode, but there's a particular laugh of his where it starts like loud, it starts like really low, and it climbs, and then it peaks.
It just goes.
It goes straight to
right. It goes crazy. That's what I was trying to do, but I didn't want to scream. But
I'll find it.
So.
Hello, operator. I believe my party's been disconnected.
That's what's beautiful about it, and I don't see that here. And it was fine that Heath Ledger didn't have that much range, but he did have range.
Are you the real Batman?
No.
No. Then why do you dress up like him?
him. We don't have to be afraid of scum like you.
Yeah, you do, Brian. You really do. Huh? Yeah. Oh, shush. So you think Batman's made Gotham a better place? Look at me. You see, this is how crazy Batman's made Gotham. You want order in Gotham. Batman must take off his mask and turn himself in. Oh, and every day he doesn't, people will die. Starting tonight. I'm a man of my word.
And I don't see that here. Jack Nicholson had range. Cesar Romero had range. But I see a flat staleness to Jared Leto's Joker, and that's super depressing. Not to mention, he just does not look like the Joker. Like any incarnation of the Joker that I identify with, that does not look like him. And I can even deal with Harley not being in the Jester costume. I can deal with whatever. It's just even in the little bits that she's in, even though she's not doing her, Arlene Sorkin, it feels a little bit like Harley in a way that Jared Leto never feels like the Joker. So yeah, I really don't know what to expect here, because I feel like on paper, like, you take everything away and just ideally cast it, and I would probably be really digging this trailer. But it's that Jared Leto performance that's really gonna take me some time, and as much as I want to love the movie, which I do want to love the movie, especially after Batman vs Superman let me down, it's gonna take me a long time to get used to this.
Just go watch the animated series.
Yeah, man.
Which I'm in the middle of doing actually right now.
It's so good.
Yeah, it is.
To me, it's still the best adaptation.
I just saw the episode. I don't know if you remember this. The Grey Ghost episode.
Yeah, with Adam West.
It's so good.
It's
oh
so
my
cool.
God.
Yeah.
I love how at the very end he's like, I used to watch the Grey Ghost with my father. He was always my hero. I was like, oh, it's so good, such good writing.
It's so good. It's such a great way to use Adam West in that series too.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. The great thing about watching on Amazon too is you can tap the screen anytime and go, who is that? And it has like the cast up there already. Like, oh, it's Adam West. I knew it. Well, not like I needed a thing to tell me who Adam West was.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's gonna be it for this week. Yeah. So tune in next time for other stuff. I think I'm gonna be real spotty soon, because essentially any single day now my son could be coming. So the next time you have us might be for Civil War probably. In the meantime, we'll either have nothing or we'll have a couple prereqs for you guys. Yeah. But I should really be home right now instead of doing this. So I'm gonna go do that right now. Yes. So next time you see me, I will have 2 children instead of 1.
That's
yes,
crazy to think about.
It certainly is. It certainly is.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, Dustin. I see
Hooper.
you in your freshly showered hair and your gray and dark baseballish looking shirt later, because I can seize you.
You can see me. It's Nightwing.
Oh, it is?
It is
okay,
Nightwing.
It's below frame. I couldn't, yeah.
Oh,
okay. Yeah. All right.
Goodbye,
everybody.
Bye, everybody.